Some say it's therapeutic and an excellent way to relieve stress. I agree. Smash clubs popping up all over the country, including right here in East Texas. Tonight, how you can have a smashing good time smashing stuff. Off the top tonight, we're taking you to Longview's newest legal way to vent your aggression. It's called the Rage Room. Wow. Who better for this assignment than producer John Burnley, right? Owner Kevin Rosso gave us an all-access stage pass.
Have you ever reached the end of a long day and just felt the need to take your anger out on something? Maybe your boss has been stressing you out, or your in-laws are giving you a hard time, or, God forbid, you stepped on a piece of Lego. Well, we may have just the thing for you.
Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Fear not, Dr. Help is here. Longview has a new business where they claim you can get out all your frustrations, and it's aptly called the Rage Room.
Yeah, we opened in October of 2016. I've always wanted to own a business ever since I was, little. And me and my wife, we were expecting our first son, and actually saw a video of it, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. And I knew no one was going to bring it to Longview, and so I saw my opportunity, and I took it.
It must be a sign of the times. In fact, smash clubs or rage rooms are popping up all across North America, like this one in Greensboro, North Carolina, and this one in Toronto, Canada. But back to me. It's safer than alcohol and cheaper than pouring out your problems to a shrink. Feel all that pent-up aggression just melt away. You can scream if you want in there, but its main goal is to let you break things from glassware to electronics. And for less than 20 bucks, they call it a half hour of therapy.
There was a therapist that actually came in here. She was like, this is, great. This is one of the best things that I've seen. And she said a couple of her patients or participants of the group, came here and they, at the next meeting, they said that, they never felt better.
So naturally, like any good producer/reporter, I had to live this experience for myself. Finally, some place that understands me. I'm not an angry person, but dealing with all of life's little curveballs can definitely add up. And over time, that building pressure can erupt when you least expect it. So rather than take it out on those who are closest to you, or smashing that family heirloom that grandma entrusted to you for future generations, and trust me, you will regret that later, compounding the original reason for your rage in the first place, take a breath, compose yourself long enough to make the trek to the Rage Room, and have at it. You'll be glad you did. So will your friends and family.
Now I just need some Advil and a nap. And I'm good. For The Edge, I'm producer John Burnley.
Thank you, Burnley. I'd like to do that to my computer sometimes. If you would like information on the Longview Rage Room, just head to cbs19.tv. We have a link, mention CBS 19, and you'll get a discount.
Another warm one today across East Texas. We made it well into the 80s, nearly 90 degrees in Lufkin. Let's look outside right now, and it's 86 degrees. Got a sun coming down as we have some thunderstorms off to the west. Not a lot of shower activity in East Texas, but quite a bit of activity going on to the west of us there, including tornado watches and even tornado warnings that are going on now southwest of Dallas. Now, the tornado watch does not extend into our immediate East Texas area, but it does lie in across the Metroplex and just west of us. So we'll see some clouds and some showers, as you can see, they're working their way into deep East Texas near Lufkin. 80s across across East Texas this afternoon. 3 or 5 degrees above the normal for this time of the year, but haven't quite reached that 90-degree temperature today. 70% chance of rain we'll have on Saturday after a 30% chance on Friday. There will be a slight risk in our extreme northwestern counties that we could see some severe storms there on Friday. Rain continues into the weekend and even into the first part of next week. Brian?
Thank you much, John. A new warning tonight about drug-laced candy. First, there were boozy gummy bears. Now, sweet tart candies coated with drugs. Here's Jesse Wells from our CBS station in Indianapolis.
The bust took place at this apartment complex across the street from this playground. Parents here say they are absolutely shocked to learn one of their neighbors was manufacturing a dangerous designer drug out of candy. Inside this apartment building, Greenfield police found buckets of a popular candy laced with illegal drugs.
It's kind of scary, actually, to think about it.
Steve lives in the same complex along with 3 young kids, where investigators say nearly 1,000 sweet tarts were recovered, and they're believed to be coated with heroin, meth, and Xanax.
Those candies look just like something that my child could pick up.
This picture shows the syringe police say the suspect, Jeremy Smith, used to put drops of drugs on top of the candy, something that easily could have led to an accidental overdose.
A small child gets a hold of one with heroin or methamphetamine in it, you're at the very best result would be a trip to the hospital, if not something a lot more serious.
A woman living in Smith's apartment didn't have much to say.
I have no comment for you.
Still, court records show Smith is now facing more than a dozen criminal charges.
And we haven't seen anything similar to this recently here.
While the bust is the first of its kind in Greenfield, 3 weeks ago, investigators in Bartholomew County say sweet tarts laced with Xanax were found on a high school student. And last year, police in Bloomington busted an IU student for selling gummy candy coated with Xanax out of his apartment, illustrating how the drug fight changes by the day.
It constantly evolves. The narcotics manufacturers and dealers come up with different things all the time.
Detective Ratliff showed us these evidence bags, pointed out how the candy laced with drugs appeared slightly darker and shinier than normal. Police are now warning parents to keep an eye on what candy their kids are eating.
You don't want your children accidentally ingesting something that's been treated with, for instance, a liquid form of heroin.
Scary stuff. Police estimate the drugs they took in this case had a street value of $20,000. May I make a recommendation? This is the part of the show where we point you to something that isn't ours, but is really worth your time. Like this. Head to WashingtonPost.com. You'll find an article about alcohol-laced candy and militias. It details how a U.S. contractor may have broken the law in Iraq, charges that include smuggling in vodka-soaked gummy bears. Crazy. And feel free to give us a recommendation that you think we should share with East Texas. You can always get our attention with the hashtag EdgeNation. It's a must-see video now. We want to warn you, it looks a lot worse than it is. This video of a man going over the edge of a Topgolf facility in Fort Worth is going viral. Wow, thankfully, there was that net there to catch him. The man's nephew shared the video on Twitter. He wasn't hurt at all. His ego was a little bruised, though, and he, of course, was a little embarrassed. A new fast food chain in Virginia is doing something a little different to get the word out. An out-of-this-world idea, literally.
3, 2, 1. Bow time. There she goes.
Bojangles employees attempted to launch the first chicken and biscuit combo into outer space. The balloon used was similar to a typical weather balloon. Balloons such as these generally make it into the stratosphere, roughly 20 to 30 miles above the Earth's surface. Temperature, pressure, and relative humidity can all be collected. A video camera is attached to the balloon. Haven't seen anything yet. So everything is all about do-it-yourself projects, right? But what about DIY braces?
Instead of going to the dentist, they went and they put screws in the teeth. I can't imagine how much pain, and that means there was a lot.
A look at the dangerous trend some teenagers are now turning to get that straight smile. A cautionary tale, for sure. Producer Libby says you need to see this one. We're back in a moment.
Walking around with my little rain cloud hanging over my head, and it ain't coming down. Where do I go? Give me some sort of sign. You hit me with lightning, maybe I'll come alive. Hard times gonna make you wonder why you even try. Hard times gonna
Yeah. Oh, hey. Hey, you can get in here. Yeah, pause that a second. Alberto's joining me here. Just peek your head in, Alberto. How do you like his beard? Oh, thanks for tuning in on Facebook Live. Bearded brethren. The bearded brethren, that's for sure. Cindy, you want to say hello? Thanks for tuning in today. For those of you here on Facebook Live, what is it, Thursday now? What'd you think? Tell me what you thought of the Rage Room story of Burnley's smashing all that stuff. You could tell that dude was exhausted by the end. And it reminded me, when he's smashing that printer, it reminded me of Office Space. When they,
Yeah. Cindy, are we related?
Oh, it is Romero, yeah. Well, wouldn't you know that? Do you know Cindy Romero?
No, Cindy.
He's not letting us know. Leave me a message. Alberto will handle the Facebook Live duties.
No.
A beautiful, bright smile is almost magical. A symbol of health and status, of course. It's no wonder that some people, especially kids, will go to extremes to get one. Yeah, PJ Randhawa discovered some kids are so desperate, they're doing their own dangerous dental work. And we warn you, some of the results, aren't pretty.
The saying goes, if beauty is power, then a smile is its sword.
It's a status symbol.
And after 20 years as a dentist, Dr. Rolf Behrens thought he'd seen everything people will do to have perfect pearly whites.
What the patient had done is that they'd taken an electric hand drill and they had drilled a hole in their teeth.
But this patient didn't stop there.
Instead of going to the dentist, they went and they put screws in the teeth. I can't imagine how much pain, and that means there was a lot.
But then came this, teens straightening their teeth with do-it-yourself braces, some even posting step-by-step tutorials online.
But I'm going to be showing you how to make an all-black one.
There's no fear here, and that's part of the problem.
And now more and more kids are trying it.
The people are talking very quietly, like mother's in the next room, and I don't want her to know what I'm doing.
And now products like this, do-it-yourself braces kits sold and advertised online, are encouraging kids to fix their own dental problems, often ending in a mouth of pain.
I'm using black because that's the only color I have.
I put orthodontic Band-Aids around my two front teeth.
David Campbell says he tried it, but his DIY braces turned into a near-permanent nightmare.
I would do it at night and wake up in the morning, the rubber band would have disappeared. Come to find out that the rubber bands wrapped around the root of my teeth. My teeth actually ended up dying, so then I had to wear a retainer with two teeth on it for 8 to 10 years.
And Behrens, who has at least 67 case files similar to Campbell's, says some kids have paid another price, money.
There's some reports as many as 4 teeth at a time were lost. That can be $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 worth of work.
And if potentially losing your teeth isn't enough of a deterrent, the consequences could get even worse.
There are some cases that are across the world where they've used bad materials and the patient died actually from it.
We've probably spent $40,000 to $50,000 over the last 4 decades to get the smile I have now.
Oh my goodness. A warning for parents too. There are a number of companies that sell do-it-yourself braces and other products online that are usually made in China and other foreign countries and are often marketed to kids and teens. Be wary. Who needs a selfie when you can get dubed? Yeah, I said dubed. See how this 3D craze is sweeping the country. It's coming up. It's cool. It's coming up after the break.
Gonna
If you love taking selfies, there's a new way to capture yourself in full 3D. Tonight, Meg Oliver shows us what it means to get duped.
They're snapshots you can wrap your hands around, moments in time captured in space. Happy couples, beloved pets, and grandmas with attitude. All of them have been duped.
This is me, 360 degrees. It's just, I mean, it's amazing to me, and I love that I can share this with my daughter.
Heather Stern got her first dupe when she was 38 weeks pregnant with her daughter Rosie.
That's Mama.
Yeah.
Dube is one of a handful of new companies across the country creating 3D figurines, replicas that come alive down to the wrinkles in your jeans.
Do the kids want to play with it? We already broke one and had to reorder it, so now it's on a higher shelf.
It's become an annual tradition for the family. On this day, their 2-month-old baby Jet became part of the package.
Head on in.
It all starts once you step into the duplicator.
Maybe have your back feet a little bit closer together.
In a split second, 54 cameras capture every angle. Then the images are sent to this factory. They're 3D printed inside a special powder. A vacuum reveals the figurine, and bursts of air prepare the surface for finishing.
Oh, wow. Look at that. That's amazing.
A few weeks later, Heather unwraps her latest dupe.
Very cool.
Side by side, it's like a reflection in a mirror, matching details down to the blue bow in Rosie's hair.
This is a full moment in time, 360 degrees of who we are at this moment.
A moment in time she can hold on to forever.
Wow, the 3D selfies aren't cheap. They range from $95 to $695. I guess it depends on how large of a figurine you want and how large of a figurine you want, if you know what I mean. What happens when you're in a big, exotic, flightless bird and you're hungry for some dog chow? A couple of protective Jack Russell Terriers are about to show you. That's coming up in 2.
Who let the dogs out? 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 Who let the dogs out?
Well, the party was nice, the party was pumping.
Hey, yeah.
And everybody having a ball.
Hey, hey.
Until the fellas started name calling. And the girls respond to the call. I hear a woman shout out.
Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
I see the dance people had a ball, cause you Billy Bonders get out. Get back, Gruffy, bash Gruffy, get back, you flea infested mongrel. I tell myself I man no get angry.
Hey, yeah.
280 cows calling them K9. Hey, but they tell me, hey man, start up the party. You put a woman in front and a man behind. I heard a woman shout out.
Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
Say, a doggy is nothing if he don't have a bone.
Oh, doggy, hold your phone. Oh, doggy, hold it.
A doggy is nothing if he don't have a bone.
Oh, doggy, hold your phone. Oh, doggy, hold it. Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
I see the dance people had a ball, cause you Billy Bonders get out. Get back, Gruffy, bash Gruffy, get back, you flea infested mongrel.
Well, if I am a dog, the party is on. I gotta get my groove on, got my mind, I'm gone. Do you see the rays coming from my eye? Walking through the place, the Digimon is breaking them down. Me and my white talk, short, dealing, gassy color. Any caliber, do I think I knew that's why they call me Pitbull. Cause I'm the man of the land, with it to me to say, who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
Check this one out. A pet owner captures a video of her Jack Russell Terriers confronting an ostrich as it reaches into the kitchen to steal food from the dog's bowls. Mickey and Splodge, love that name. They're just trying to enjoy a meal in their kitchen, right? As you can see, the terrier's peaceful dining interrupted by Suki, the ostrich. Obviously taller and a bit tougher. Suki is winning this one. She easily grabs food from the canine's bowls. The dogs angrily bark and nip at the big bird, but she could care less and continues stealing their chow. Those nasty ostriches. Well, we're not finished with our cool animal video yet. See the giant cat hoping to break a world record. I don't even know if it knows it's breaking a new world record. Omar is pretty awesome though. We're back in 2.
I strut right by with my tail in the air. Stray cat strut, I'm a feeling Casanova. Hey, man, get a shoe thrown at me from a mean old man. Get my dinner from a garbage can. Yeah, don't cross my path.
Hey, there's a few people on with me on Facebook Live tonight. I just noticed that in the video of me walking out. Have you guys noticed this the whole time? If I bend down like this, it's all gray hairs right there. But from a distance, it looks like I'm getting a bald spot. And I'm like, whoa! I just saw that. I'm like, I felt my hair, and I'm like, no, there's no bald. That's look at, that's white. That's white. I'm going gray in the weirdest spot. Kind of like when Jay Leno went gray like a skunk right in the middle of his hairline. Look at that. Oh, that's disappointing. That's disappointing. Oh, thanks for tuning in though. Feel free to leave me a message on Facebook Live. Chip, I responded to your question, and thanks for the thumbs up. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks to everybody who's enjoyed us on Facebook Live. We like to do this weird stuff, talk about my hair, my gray hairs during the break. So it's been fun to communicate kind of with you. I get to do all the talking, but you guys leave me messages, and I try to get back to you as soon as possible in the breaks. We've got about another minute to go, and then we'll show you this cat story, and then say our goodbyes, and come back tomorrow for Friday, a fun Friday. Plus, we were just talking in the newsroom. I know I got a few seconds here. Throw me some ideas on what you think I should do with, hi Jeannie, thanks for saying hey. In my shoes, what do you think I should do? Somebody's job. We did the McDonald's things last week where I worked the drive-through and made fries and all that. But we were thinking, what, maybe contact somebody to do pedicures. Yeah, I thought it'd be cool to do, what did I say? The tarot cards? Yeah. So if you got any ideas who we should contact, well, we'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, everybody. This could be the world's longest cat. His name, Omar. Guinness World Records contacted his owner after seeing a picture of Omar on Instagram. Living on a diet of kangaroo meat and kibble, Omar lives a pretty relaxed life and likes to lounge around the house in Australia. Omar is a Maine Coon cat, which is one of the largest domesticated breeds of cat. He is 47.5 inches long and tips the scales at 30 pounds. That's a big boy. Omar is hoping to beat current world record holder, doesn't give the name, but they do live in the UK. So currently the longest cat is in the UK. The Australian trying to beat it. All right, that's a wrap. Producer Libby and I want to leave you with a song by a music genius that sadly took his own life yesterday. Chris Cornell was only 52. Here's one of our favorites. Take care.
Oh, you got